Today's chicken stew was one of the best I've ever tasted. Made from really simple ingredients, loosely based on a Tuscan recipe, and we're going to top it with a zesty, flavoursome gremolata, which is just awesome. First of all, start by preparing your vegetables. We're using some beans, bell peppers, and of course classics like onion and garlic, but you actually have a lot of flexibility with what vegetables you want to put in. The reason is we're going to get a lot of the flavour from the way that we make the sauce using wine, and the other is using this chorizo. Try and buy the best possible chorizo that you can. Don't just buy a chorizo sausage. They just don't have the intensity of flavour. Turn the Instant Pot on to high saute, and while you're waiting for that to heat up, flour the chicken. The next step, put in a little bit of olive oil or vegetable oil, and then pop in the chicken. Sear it for about 1 to 2 minutes on each side. No more. You're just looking to brown the outside, not cook the chicken. After you've taken out the chicken, put in the chorizo and cook that for about 1 minute. As it cooks, it's going to release some amazing aromas. You're going to smell them and it's going to get you excited. Next, in go some of the vegetables. And again, we're not going to cook those well. We're really just going to mix them around while we're sauteing, so it brings some of those chorizo flavors and mixes it with the vegetables. Just starts to build the base of our wonderful dish. Okay, we're starting to get there. Next, pop in the garlic, and again, just stir that through for the last minute or so. And we'll follow that with some herbs, some parsley and some bay leaf, some taragon and some sage, just to start to build again the base of this amazing dish. Stir those through, and then we're almost ready to start putting in the wine. Here we're just pulling off the leaves and breaking up the tarragon. Now if you don't have fresh herbs, it's fine to use dried herbs, no problem at all. But clearly if you've got fresh, then that's better. Mix those all through and also add in just a little bit more flour, because we want to build a little bit of natural thickening capability into the base that we're building here. Give the flour a stir around so that it's nicely mixed amongst all those ingredients in there before we put any liquid in. And you can see here we're stirring it quite well and also moving it so it doesn't stick on the base of the Instant Pot. There we're putting in the wine, and that's going to just start to make a nice slurry for a base of the sauce. Now again, it's important to mix this well before you put in the chicken stock. After you're happy that all the ingredients that you've put in so far are nicely mixed, take the chicken and place that back into the mix. Then you're going to just give it a gentle stir so that the chicken also gets covered with all of the nice sauces, and again, make sure that there's nothing stuck on the bottom of the Instant Pot just by sliding the wooden spoon over the bottom and making sure it doesn't stick anywhere. Lastly, just put a little bit of seasoning, not a complete lot of seasoning because we will do a taste after we've cooked, but just pop a little bit in before you put on the lid of the Instant Pot. Give that a final stir and you're ready to start the final cooking. Okay, now that you're happy everything's nicely mixed and there's nothing stuck on the bottom, put on the Instant Pot lid and set for 15 minutes. We also did a quick release because the chicken doesn't take long to cook. Wow, look at that. It's bubbling away nicely. Now the next step is, Rose likes to give it a stir, so we will, pop in the last set of vegetables, because we didn't want to put those in early because they'll just get too mushy, and we really want to retain just a little bit of texture with those so they give it a nice bit of crunch, and they also look nice when we present the plate. Now this next step is really important. You need to reduce your sauce. When you're making any sort of sauce, and particularly if you have an alcohol in there, it's really nice to reduce the volume by around about 20 to 30%. So we've set the Instant Pot back onto saute, and we're just letting it bubble away while we're making a gremolata. Now a gremolata really is just a little topping with a big flavour that you put on top of your dish, A, to make it look good, but B, to really excite the taste buds before you actually start to bite into that whole dish. So we've zested a lemon, we've got a bit of parsley, and we've got some fresh rosemary, and they're all diced up relatively finely that you'll see will sprinkle onto the dish just while that sauce reduces. Don't forget to taste, because if it's not ready, you need to put in a little bit more salt and pepper. Always taste before you serve. Okay, now we're ready to plate up, and you can see we've got the gremolata sitting there just waiting to put on the top. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, we'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and we'd love it more if you subscribe to the channel. So, bye from Jimbo and bye from Rose. We hope you enjoyed this, and our next video is going to be how to make the ultimate steak and mushroom sauce. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.